hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting.
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it.
I mean, honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Okay, why? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds really thought they could flex their A-list connections to scare Justin Baldoni off. But guess what? That little plan might just backfire. And the way some big-name celebs are suddenly backing away from Hollywood's golden couple to stand with Justin, it's messy, and you won't believe who's switching sides. Blake's ex, Penn Badgley, made it real clear where he stands in this drama between her and Justin, and spoiler alert, it ain't with his old flame. One of Blake's petty little moves was unfollowing Justin on Instagram and pressuring the rest of the cast to do the same. But in a plot twist, Penn not only hit that follow button on Justin, but he also had the nerve to unfollow Blake like she was yesterday's news. But Penn's support for Justin ain't just about Instagram politics. These two have been vibing over their shared beliefs, and their bond is looking solid. Blake's Hollywood strings couldn't cut it even if she tried. And let's be real, Penn and Blake have been over for years, but this? Oh, this was a fresh break all over again. And get this, Penn and Justin were already tight before all this drama even popped off on the It Ends With Us set. Back in November 2021, they were spotted kicking it in New York, and a fan even caught a pic with them. Justin reposted it and tagged Penn with the caption, "Looks like we were spotted by #GossipGirl." Oh, the shade of it all. Girl, the way these two are cracking jokes like that, you just know they are tight. But their bond runs way deeper than just clowning around. Penn and Justin got that spiritual connection too. Both of them are deep in the Baha'i faith, a religion founded by an Iranian prophet back in the 19th century. Now, this faith ain't just about one god, it's all about bringing different religions together to end discrimination. And get this, it even calls on men to actually step up and advocate for women's rights. You know, Justin has been about that life. His whole Man Enough podcast is built on that message. In 2022, he even pulled up on Penn's Pod Crushed in an episode called How Justin Baldoni Knew She Was the One. In it, he broke down this little French fry analogy to school young men on consent, basically. If your homegirl says she doesn't want no fries, you don't just force feed her. Makes sense, right? So for somebody who stays screaming, "I'm an ally," in every part of his life, even down to his faith, it was real suspect when Blake came out accusing him of sexual harassment and getting too touchy on set. Whew! The irony. Now Penn ain't wasting no time tossing his longtime ex to the side just to ride for his boy, Justin Baldoni. And whew, let's talk about Colleen Hoover. This best-selling author got folks side-eyeing her hard after the drama surrounding It Ends With Us. See, Justin originally hit her up back in 2019 to option her book, and sis was all in, even hyping him up to play Ryle. But fast forward, and suddenly, Colleen out here switched up the story, acting like Justin was the one dead set on playing the role. Oh, but that ain't even the shadiest part. Instead of standing by Justin, the man who got the ball rolling, Colleen conveniently started cozying up to Blake, who, let's be real, got way more pull on set. And let's not forget, sis stayed real quiet when the backlash first popped off. That is, until Blake made things official. Then boom, Colleen popped up with a whole statement, a huggy little pic with Blake, and basically told us exactly where she stood. It gets juicier because just when folks thought Justin was down bad, he spun the block with receipts, big, ugly, game-changing receipts, putting Blake on blast. And Colleen, she did what shady folks do best, hit that deactivate button on the same account she was using to cheer Blake on. Girl, not you dipping when the tea got too hot. Whew, the mess. With Colleen ghosting social media, folks started whispering about her making an early exit from the writing game. But hold up, it gets wilder. There's a crazy blind item floating around that sis might actually be gearing up to sue Blake and Ryan over some promises that were made, but never kept. Word on the street is that Blake told Colleen both in public and behind closed doors that they'd keep working together to bring more of her books to the big screen. But now, it's looking like Colleen might be lawyering up not just for revenge, but to save herself. While nothing's been confirmed yet, one thing's clear, this best-selling author is distancing herself from Blake and Ryan real quick, now that the whole thing blew up in their faces. First move, deleting social media from her phone and cutting ties with Blake, despite writing for her in the beginning. And guess what? Colleen ain't the only one jumping ship. Blake's own brother-in-law is out here backpedaling too. Now, let's not forget, when this drama first popped off, Blake had A-list celebs and even some of her own family backing her up. Her brother-in-law, Bart Johnson, yep, the husband of Blake's half-sister, Robin Lively, came out swinging for her, dragging Justin through the mud. He called him a fraud, said he was all about fake hero vibes, complete with the man bun and buzzwords, tricking people for years, and he wasn't done. Bart even told folks to read those text messages that the New York Times exposed, claiming they proved Justin was out there playing the public. Oh, and if anyone tried to bring up Blake's own messy interviews, Bart was in the comments shutting them down like his life depended on it. Whew, the desperation is real. Oh, the switch-up was real. It took no time, just a month, before Blake's own brother-in-law flipped the script on her real quick after Justin dropped that airtight lawsuit. And whew, he ain't just backtrack. He came with a whole public apology to Justin, saying, "Anytime I've said anything unkind about someone, I've regretted it. Fortunately, that's rare, not when I'm at my best." Now, let's talk about the real tea. This man is family to Blake, and yet, he still went and threw up the deuces, proving even her own people don't want to go down with this sinking ship. And speaking of big names in this messy saga, guess who's been caught up in the mix? None other than Miss Taylor Swift Blake's ride or die A-list bestie. See, word on the street is Taylor's name was low-key used as a scare tactic to pressure Justin into bending to Blake's will. But hold up, Taylor's team just popped out, claiming she had nothing to do with the making of It Ends With Us. But here's the gag, Blake herself already spilled that Taylor was heavily involved. So which one is it? Because somebody is definitely out here telling stories.
I mean, honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time, all throughout it, so like she really lived this with me.
Turns out Miss Taylor wasn't just sitting pretty. She was deep in the casting game too. Word is, she was the one pulling strings and making sure Isabella Ferrer landed that role as young Lily. You heard that right.
I hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting you.
Yes, she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world.
Oh, now this is where the drama really hits the fan. So Blake was out here singing Taylor's praises, talking about how she was all up in the filmmaking process, right? But as soon as that $400 million lawsuit got Taylor's name on it, sis started backpedaling fast. Funny how she didn't mind being front and center when Blake was hyping her up, especially when she let them use My Tears ricochet in the film. But oh, when those messy text messages leaked where Blake straight up called Taylor one of her dragons and used her presence to intimidate Justin in her own home suddenly, their friendship hit the chopping block. Now Taylor's out here claiming she had no idea she was being used as a scare tactic to make Justin fold on his own film project. But Justin? Oh, he spilled all the details in his lawsuit, saying he was straight up forced to face Taylor, who made it very clear that Blake's vision for that rooftop scene was not up for debate.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button. And if you're new to the fam, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Thanks for tuning in.